Welcome to Kevin's Films and Home Theater. Today we're going to talk about two projector screens. Is there a clear winner? I'm going to have some before pictures and after pictures. I'm going to have the before pictures of the Spandex screen that I've used for about 2 years, and then I'm going to show you the after pictures from the XY SoundMax 4K projector screen that I installed. Before we get to the pictures, I bought this screen with my own money. No one sent it to me. No one's paying me for this. It is my own opinion, subjective opinion on the screens themselves. And I think that's important to mention. Sometimes I think as reviewers or YouTubers, a lot of companies send you stuff or they want you to show this and that, and you kind of feel compelled not to be too critical of the company in order to have other companies send you stuff. So that's not the case here. Again, I bought this myself. I paid for it. It was $305. About a third of that was the shipping. It came from China. I'm going to leave in the description down below the screen comparison when it comes to acoustically transparent screens that was done at AVS Forums. You can see again in there the best screens, how they perform, whether it be a gain structure to see which one was the brightest screen, to also seeing how they compared and how they did with the acoustics with having speakers behind the screen. A lot of people spend a lot of money when it comes to projector screens. I mean, these things go higher than $5,000 depending on size, depending on the manufacturer, depending on whether they're a light reflecting, ambient light rejecting screen. There's a lot of variables here, and I understand there's all the different technologies, a lot of research and development that goes into making the screens. So obviously I get some of the price structures, but to me, would there be a massive difference? That's the thing. You know, I can pay $305 for this screen. Granted, it is do yourself. I had to actually put the screen on the frame. I built the screen prior to this. Is it worth for me spending another $4,000 for a projector? Am I going to get that much more of increase in performance? Is it worth maybe spending thousands of dollars for, I don't know, 5% increase in performance? I don't know. The biggest discovery that I was able to make is that there is a perceivable brightness increase in the screen. I had the spandex stretched out. I had black fabric behind it also as well. The gain is probably closer to 0.6. The gain on the XY screen material is about 0.8. So there is a good jump on brightness, and that's something you can see. Now the pictures that I took with an iPhone, before and after. So there is already a ton of compression from my phone picture to YouTube compression, so they're not going to really show as clear as I see them here, but I still wanted to share them with you. They're going to look very close. So if you've been wondering, hey, I've got a spandex, do I need to upgrade? What benefits would I get? Again, I think you will get a perceivable brightness increase in it. There is also a slight perceivable sharpness to this, a little more sharper than the spandex. These photos are from the movie Dune. The first photo shows sort of towards the beginning of the movie, the planet Caladan. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but this, in comparison, you can see probably right above the top left of the screen, that brightness of sun coming up. There is, within the pictures, you can see just a little bit more of a brightness around the area. I think overall, the lettering also is just a little more sharper in the XY material as a whole. From there, I jumped into a little bit just shortly thereafter. I think it's the next scene or so in Dune, and I compare these photos. I'm trying to look for something where there's a brightness opportunity to see, is there brightness? I wasn't expecting contrast to change that much. These screens are below 1.0. Overall, the contrast, I didn't expect it. That wasn't what I went after. I wasn't going after contrast. I was going after brightness and maybe a little more sharpness in the screen. And then I've got another picture here at the end, and again, sometimes also colors can be perceived a little bit different in the photos than in real life. I'm telling you, just based on my experience, I can tell you that it is, again, a little bit brighter and a little bit sharper. Is it a day and night difference? I don't think it's day and night difference. Is it a fun little upgrade to my theater? Sure, but I think if you have a spandex material, you're also going to be happy with a picture. And you'll be happy if you get an XY, you'll see a little bit more perceived brightness. This might be the case that if you're having to upgrade a projector that may not have as many lumens as you need to really push the brighter image in your screen, then maybe you want to not have the spandex and you may want to go to the XY material. Now I've got an Epson LS12000. This thing does pump a lot of brightness into my screen. It is a 2700 lumen projector. I'm using it in dynamic mode. It is plenty bright. I'm at 90% and I'm about 20 foot from the screen, or sorry, 21 feet from the lens of the projector to the front of the screen. I sit about 12 feet, or my eyes are about 12 feet to the screen. There is absolutely no visible structure on the material itself. You can't see the woven fabric at all. You have to get pretty close to see that. Maybe closer to like 6 feet to start seeing it, at least on my end. I don't have a super bright front, so even if my lights are on, I have to get pretty close to start seeing it. So that's one thing that didn't really affect me. The sound actually did not change at all. I went back and looked at some measurements from my center speaker. What did it sound like on the Spandex, and then comparing the measurement with the XY screen, and overall, again, there wasn't much perceivable difference at all on my end. So that's a good thing overall. So guys, this is just a quick video. Again, just wanted to give you guys, share with you my thoughts. When you're out there trying to compare and trying to look for an opportunity maybe to upgrade something in your home theater, just always take it, do your research, study it before you go spend a lot of money on something and get a small return from it visually and perspective out there when you're watching something. So I recommend the screen. You can buy the screen pre-made or with a frame and actually put it together. If you email their staff, they can give you a price on whatever you need. You tell them exactly what your diagonal needs are in terms of how big you want the picture to be. If you're doing it yourself, make sure you overdo at least 4 to 5 inches, about 10 inches wider, and also 10 inches in height, because you're going to have to fold that screen around whatever material you have. Rather than have a little extra than know that, hey, listen, you bought a screen, it's been pre-cut, and you don't have enough to actually make it work. So keep that in mind when you're buying your screen. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you like content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and I hope to see you on the next one.